It's the ultimate heartthrob showdown as Ryan Gosling takes on Chris Evans, but there can only be one winner. Only one will remain standing. Who will it be? Will it be the man that was in movies such as The Notebook and Drive? Will it be the man that played Captain America in the Captain America movies and other Marvel Cinematic Universe movies? And the Marvel Cinematic Universe at this point is the size of a goddamn universe. In fact, I fully expect the Marvel Cinematic Universe to swallow up this universe and only Marvel movies will remain. My fucking goodness, we're all gonna die. We're all gonna be involved in the worst goddamn cataclysm since the Green Lantern. But anyway, enough about that. Who will be the top and who will be the bottom in this battle? The Gray Man's a Netflix original directed by Anthony and Joe Russo, whose credits include various TV show episodes as well as small movies like You, Me, and Dupree, Captain America Winter Soldier, Captain America Civil War, Avengers Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame. That's right. These directors are responsible for some of the highest grossing movies of all fucking time and are responsible for many movies that helped grow the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Seriously, it's so goddamn massive. But this isn't about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is about Ryan Gosling, Chris Evans, as well as Ana de Armas. Oh boy, you put her in a movie, it's almost a goddamn lock that I'm going to watch it because, fucking Christ, you want to talk about her and Anya Taylor-Joy, in my opinion, are two of the epitomes of beauty. Fucking Christ, I will watch anything if they're in there. Just goddamn lovely and really good at what they do. They can play various characters. Ana de Armas just has that allure about her. She's in this. Billy Bob Thornton's in this. And this is also based on a novel, somehow, by Mark Gurney. And if I mispronounce that, I'm sorry. I don't really care. No offense against him. But there are other writers, like Joe Russo, who has writing credits that include Extraction. That was another Netflix original movie that certainly happened. And then other people like Christopher Marcus, who did the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies that I mentioned, as well as others, and the Chronicles of Narnia movies. They only made 3, and they failed miserably. That's why they didn't make more. Also, they weren't very good. Also, Pain and Gain. And Stephen McFeely. Busy day, busy day. If you get the McFeely reference, I fucking love you guys. He did more Marvel stuff. So, yeah, this is a big old cast here. Jessica Henwick's in this, with a weird haircut. But Jessica Henwick's been good and stuff. And there's Alfie Woodward, or Woodard. I always mispronounce that. She's been good in quite a bit of stuff. It's sad to actually see her reduced to a role like this. And there's also Julia Butters, who was who had a small part in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and I think has a very bright future being a child actress, and hopefully will get more and more meaty roles and have a chance to just grow and grow. Sometimes you can hit on finding a really, really good child actress. Her and like say the ones that are in The Black Phone and a few others, I think are going to be the next crop of like just actors that are just going to explode and do great things. They really do have some talent. So as for this movie, basically you have Ryan Gosling as a criminal, a career criminal, that he did something that people say he shouldn't have done, but in retrospect, once you find out in spoilers, you find out why he did it, and it actually was a good thing. He ends up in jail, and he's going to be in jail for a while, and then Billy Bob Thornton visits him in 2003 and says, hey, your sentence is over, you're going to work for me. You're going to work for the CIA, and you're going to learn how to kill people. And Ryan Gosling was like, okay, I have nothing going on here. And he also likes Bubblicious gum. That's a running gag in the movie. And he is charged with taking down somebody that has a very, very bad past, shall we say. This is 18 years later, by the way. We jump over locations and time periods and whatever because there's a lot of cohesion issues here. In fact, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to say right now, this is one of the most messy and incomprehensible and ridiculous fucking spy movies that I've seen in a while. I didn't even get to the rest of the fucking plot. I have to unleash here. I fucking hated this. This was fucking terrible. Fucking terrible. Ah! Sorry if I'm too soon to review to basically unleash. But anyway, a particular, mission goes south. There's like some tie to this person that he was trying to take down who hands him something that could possibly bring down the new boss. That's Carmichael, played by Regé-Jean Page. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. It's R-E-G-E, Jean, and then Page. If I mispronounce that, I don't care. I don't care at this point. If you can't tell, I'm just going to fucking unleash on this movie here. And also, Chris Evans is the villain. You can tell Chris Evans is a villain because he has the normal snarky quips, but he has a mustache. They spent money on this. They spent a lot of money on this and car chases and shootouts. And car chases and shootouts and slow-mo and bullshit stunts that nobody could have survived. Ryan Gosling's character gets stabbed about 80 million times, shot a few times, somehow survives. Character motivations go all over the goddamn map. We have no idea why anybody's mad at anybody. There's all this double crossing and triple crossing and all this stuff and everything. It's like a cat's cradle and a silver spoon. I want to send this fucking movie to the goddamn moon so it can fucking suffocate. But, bring it down a little bit. Everybody's slumming it in this. Ryan Gosling doesn't seem to give a shit. He's almost walking through his goddamn thing. Billy Bob Thornton's there for a paycheck. Ana de Armas is a fucking goddess, as I said. She looks great. Everything about this goddamn movie is just so painful. Every bit of spontaneity is run out. Every bit of, every cliche is maximized. There's a little girl involved, Billy Bob Thornton's niece. She's involved in the plot, but she's got a pacemaker. There's all this stuff going on and everything, and all these people have these weird things going on. And everybody's being captured and kidnapped and shot at and doing all this stuff, and citizens are being destroyed, buildings are being destroyed. We're launching over so many goddamn locations. We're just like, we'll hover over Prague, and then we'll go here, and then we'll go here, and then we'll go here. This movie, I didn't expect much from it, and look, action movies, you can turn your brain off and you can enjoy them. This, to me, was as bad as Ambulance. As far as car chases and whatever. They spent more money on this than they did on Ambulance, but this movie is just as frustrating, if not more. Ryan Gosling is a talented actor. Chris Evans is talented. Ana de Armas, I'm not going to say she's been in the best roles. She hasn't gotten the most meaty roles. I'm trying to knock out images out of my head. Billy Bob Thornton is a made man as far as his career. He's been in some pretty good stuff. And then other people populate throughout this goddamn cast, as I said. This thing actually gets so goddamn frustrating. It gets to the point where you could literally skip 10 minutes and not miss shit. All these action scenes blend together. Oh, I'm going to help you. Oh, this explosion's going to happen. Hey, let's have more car chases here. We haven't had any car chases or explosions happen for 5 fucking minutes. Let's have that happen. Wait, we haven't had anything happen for 3 minutes. More shootouts! Why am I getting so frustrated with this? Because there are movies that have original ideas that struggle to get a goddamn budget. There are indie horror movies from directors who have ingenuity and have talent. And they can't get more than like $500 grand, maybe $1 million, and then they're released on streaming services like Shudder, which is a great streaming service, but not as many people have it. A ton of people have Netflix, despite the fact they lost a ton of subscribers recently because they've kind of shot themselves in the goddamn foot because they didn't want to be smart. They're going to eat themselves like Blockbuster did. They spend money on this. They spend so much fucking money on this. If the budget wasn't at least $70 to $100 million, I will be amazed. People compared this to Red Notice. Here's the difference. While Red Notice wasn't necessarily the best goddamn movie that I've seen, it at least had life and energy. It also had, and I kept calling her Gal Gadot, but it's Godot. But it had The Rock in it. Rock the Dwayne Johnson. It also had Ryan Reynolds. This movie was an agonizing stretch of just cliches and everything. And, oh, this is happening. Oh, these characters are suddenly here. Oh, these characters are pairing up despite the fact they were just fighting a bit ago. Oh, let's just send more generic assassin cliches because we have nothing going on here. Chris Evans has endless resources. This guy Carmichael's a fucking dick. The character of Suzanne is like a screaming Karen. All due respect and no disrespect meant to anybody I know that's named Karen. Fuck! And it limps to a fucking conclusion. It's so fucking stupid and everything. And it's an impossible fucking sequel. I don't want The Gray Man 2. The Gray Area Boogaloo. Fuck. Help! I didn't think I hate this movie that much, and I ended up actually despising it. It is fucking goddamn rotten. It wastes Ana de Armas. I would violate international laws to be with a woman like that. She is just, she's one of the few bright spots. And there's a good cast here again, but this movie, just it all blends together. It all gets ridiculous. Fuck. Just fuck. Anyway, let's get into spoilers here. It's on Netflix. If you're not one of the Netflix subscribers that canceled, watch it. Maybe you'll like it otherwise. Anyway, 3, 2, 1, and fucking spoilers. Okay, here's the spoiler section. Billy Bob Thornton got ousted out of his boss job. So, this guy Carmichael, the Regé-Jean Page guy, is here. And Ana de Armas is a spy as well. This girl Suzanne, played by Jessica Henwick, is also a spy. Chris Evans was a former spy that went to Harvard to play football and does quips and tortures people and does this and has these endless, resources to just send numerous spy cliches and assassins out. Sends this one Hindi guy who's played by Dahanish. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. He actually, I assume he's been in other Indian movies because I know there's Bollywood, Tollywood, and others. I misspoke in my RRR review. But we get various... The mission immediately goes tits up, by the way. The first mission that we see. And it turns out that this one guy, because Ryan Gosling's character is named Sierra 6, and Chris Evans' character is named Lloyd Hansen. I kept getting Vade Hansen references. Boy, wrestling fans that love obscure shit are just exploding with laughter right now. And non-wrestling fans have no fucking idea who I'm talking about. So anyway, the lights go out and it's Sting! I mean, it's just this guy. It's just Ryan Gosling doing shit. It's 6, not to be confused with Hook. Okay, enough wrestling references here. So anyway, shootouts happen. It turns out that this guy he was trying to shoot was a former Sierra guy. And he hands him a necklace, medallion thing that has a little chip file in it. This chip file that could bring stuff down. Carmichael's a piece of shit. Bring him down. And Fitz was ousted and is in retirement. And then Lloyd is hired. And Chris Evans, I'm just going to call him Chris Evans, kidnaps the niece. And does that. We go to various... In 20 minutes, we went to like 5 locations. And Ryan Gosling's character, 6, is trying to get this figured out. He's not the 6th member of the NWO. Again, wrestling fans who love obscure stuff will explode. We smash cut all over. Fitz is kidnapped by Lloyd, and he tries to put a hit out on to save his niece. And then there's this fight in a plane, this cargo plane. There's an explosion, and somehow Ryan Gosling defies physics and catches a guy's parachute and is perfectly fine. He's in Turkey. They visit Prague quite a bit. And then, smash cut to 2 years earlier, and we find out the relationship, as far as protector and child, that Ryan Gosling's character and Julia Butters' character Claire has. Claire has a pacemaker that never gets referenced in the goddamn movie. It's used to find her a little bit later. The song Silverbird is played. It's a pretty good song and is way too good for a movie like this. And then a German guy pretends to help out Ryan Gosling's character, but then traps him. A traitorous German. Who would have thought? He thought it was the right time to collect the reward. Because as we get more shootouts and we get more stuff, Ryan Gosling floods this basement area that somehow just floods. It's like a well. And then he gets up, it explodes. He shoots out more people. He's perfectly fine after being in water for a while. Now, we get Ana de Armas showing up in just all her gorgeous glory. She isn't given much to do for a bit, but then suddenly just has cars and has other stuff that she can do and just blow stuff up and everything and all this. We go to Croatia. We go to various other locations. Why are we going to so many locations? Pick a location and stick there. I understand it's a spy movie. Good. More car chases and more shootouts in Prague. While he's handcuffed to a bridge bench, he manages to shoot about 20 people. Shoots the cuffs off his hand after being targeted, and then continues to be targeted. Everybody keeps getting shot repeatedly. There's this train going that Ana de Armas somehow manages to not get hit by, rescues Ryan Gosling. They race off, and more people are getting killed. Apparently, Chris Evans says, what I can do can't be taught. Is that getting a whole bunch of people killed? He says a little bit earlier, how much does it take to shoot one guy? Well, apparently quite a bit. Ugh. And then there's this majestic house that Chris Evans uses as a goddamn deal as his way to as his hideout. The Hindi guy, or the guy playing the Hindi assassin, gets the drive for them. They have this shootout around a hospital, but then he has a change of heart because they don't give him the money. So he gives this to Ana de Armas and says, "These aren't good people. Here, take this." This is all fucking goddamn happening at this point. All this stuff just gets thrown at us. Grace gets rescued. Billy Bob Thornton gets shot. Chris Evans says, "Oh, he's in the house." You don't say! And then, it said at one point when she was just before the guy said, "Here, take this necklace, these aren't good people." He says, or he was getting in a choking battle with Ana de Armas. "I wanted her to choke me. Now I'm just going to stop kinking myself." And then, Chris Evans and Ryan Gosling fight each other. And there's this backstory about Ryan Gosling being abused by his father along with his brother. And he was getting drowned in a bathtub. Well, then he's getting drowned in a fountain. Then he gets upset and chokes out Chris Evans' character. This Suzanne character that was so upset at everything that that Chris Evans was doing, shoots him in the chest as he's choking him, then shoots him in the leg and says, "Here, you work for me and you won't go back to jail." And then, so Claire is under the control of Suzanne and being watched, while Ryan Gosling is trapped in this basement. But then they only have about 20 million guards on him, so it's about even. He escapes, shoots out everybody, actually sends the record Silverbird and says, "Hey, play me loud while I kill these people." And then he rescues her. And then they do that. Fuck this. Just fuck this. Eat shit, you goddamn ridiculous movie. Okay, F. You get the fucking F. This is one of the worst things I've seen this year. This might be one of the worst. God. Help! F. Agree, disagree, what I said. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Rickland. I'll see you soon.